Hello and welcome again to a Binge Watch Brigade episode. Jim Bob Joe III here, one of your hosts, presenting Jay-Z and Aaron, the beautiful co-host that I have for today. What's going on, guys?
Not a whole lot. Looking forward to delving into more slime, you know?
Oh yeah.
Slime.
Excited.
He's not a bad slime. Slurp.
Apologies in advance for the voice. I'm a little sick.
Not a bad slime depending on which side you're on.
I mean, that's true. Rimuru does have a little bit of a temper and a little bit of power, we'll say.
A little bit.
Well, let's kick this episode off a little bit differently. So season 2, which starts with Tempest receiving visitors from Eurozania and them finally entering into a trade agreement with them, followed by Tempest officially being recognized as an ally of Dwargon.
Dwargon being the Dwarvish kingdom that you met in season 1.
Meanwhile, the 3 douche nozzles, the other worlders, are making trouble in Tempest because Falmouth is feeling a little bit petty because they're no longer the center of attention. Hinata attacking Rimuru, which leads to the culmination of, or the final straw that broke the camel's back, which was Tempest getting attacked by Falmouth's army and a lot of Tempest citizens dying. Followed by probably what is the greatest fuck you in the entire anime so far, which is his ascension to Demon Lord, and then the aftermath of that.
Now, this is definitely one. I don't even think it needs to be debated, really. Rewatch, recommend, or
This is a rewatch,
and rewatch.
This season, the first season, I told the guys was a very hit in the feels anime, and that it was something that was a lot of delegation, a lot of fighting, and a lot of cool stuff. All they could say was wait for the next season, and I definitely saw what you guys meant. As soon as the anime started for this one, as soon as the season started kicking off, it was already kind of a draw you in, especially if you like the first season, because of how it starts. Rimuru kind of waking up and understanding that there is a lot of big things that are in motion. The Animal Kingdom sends their delegation to start negotiation and see if really Jorah is worthy of their assistance, or that they are going to really be worthy of, being able to lend aid to them if they need it. That's a huge moment, and then along with the king of Dwargon coming through and really stating that, hey, it's been an unspoken agreement so far that we have sided with monsters and that we have something together. But I also want to be recognized as one of the first people who really did, believe in you. So that's kind of a really cool moment.
Formal recognition.
Correct.
Which is really big in terms of like forming a nation and forming allies and forming commerce,
Oh, yeah.
100%, man. There's some aspect of this. It's almost like you're like in an overhead view, just like watching like a real time strategy game happening, where you just like you're watching the different kingdoms like make their plays. It gets interesting to see that the way that, especially once you figure out how much of a genius Rimuru is in its entirety, like when he starts planning out the battle scenes throughout this whole season, he's like 10 steps
So one thing
ahead.
I will say, having
Especially-
watched this series multiple times, right, is I would definitely recommend this as a rewatch, specifically because once you watch it the first time, the second time through, you notice all of the foreshadowing that takes place.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just like there are times I'm sitting there, I'm just like, how didn't I see that happening? How didn't
Right.
I notice this
Yeah.
was going to happen? Like, this was pretty obvious the second time through. Not just because I've seen it, but because of the foreshadowing, like the foretelling. It's just unreal if you pay close enough attention.
With the meeting between Dwargon and Jorah, like they do have a 100% piece of foreshadowing in there where right away he says, you know, you've just said that you plan on establishing trade routes with a couple of different other places, specifically Eurazania. There really are going to be heads you're going to start rolling around with, because you're going to be impacting trade. You're going to be putting your foot in other people's territory. Like, it's going to happen. You can't completely rule people on hopes and dreams and being nice to everybody. Like, you're going to stir up a problem, and that's really what happens almost right away.
I want to go back how you were saying that Rimuru is like a genius. Something that I've noticed, and you'll see it probably a little more in season 3. I'm not so sure Rimuru is necessarily a genius. He gets the right people in the right places, and he's really good at taking what they say to heart and actually listening to people. Whereas a lot of other leaders,
I was saying last season,
right?
Is Rimuru's not actually that intelligent. He's intelligent in the fact that he knows the right people, and he knows to put the right people in certain positions, because he knows that he himself is lacking in those areas. He's not that savvy in terms of,
let's be
politics,
realistic,
right?
though.
He heavily relies on the mentorship from Gazelle.
Sometimes it isn't even necessarily the fact that the person is equipped to do it. It's just that Rimuru believes in their ability to do it at some point so wholeheartedly that it actually motivates the person to step up and do it. Like in the trade negotiations with Eurazania, that he assigns one of a merchant who travels between cities. Like a little kobold who he figures out, and he says, you know what? He already has to travel around other cities and be a merchant in those cities, so he knows what the economy's like. He knows what things go for in value. So I'm going to appoint him strictly on the fact that he has experience in it. Not that he actually is like a super skilled negotiator or anything, but it's just the sheer fact that he believes that because he has the information on it, that he'll do a really good job at it.
Yeah.
And his belief in him also gives him,
because look, in the very beginning, he tries to talk his way out of it so badly. He's sweating the whole thought of having to negotiate the trade value of items for a whole country's, trade route. Like, that's crazy. So that's a huge piece of foreshadowing just right in the beginning of the season. That's episode 3, But there is a brief moment there where Rimuru has to step away and he puts a couple people in charge. And that's really where, unfortunately the leader being away sometimes is a bad thing.
I don't think it was a bad thing, right? He put his trusted subordinates in that position. I think the issue stems, and they more or less said it themselves, is they were too confident in his protection, right? And once they didn't have that, it fell apart.
Yep.
And that is a fault on them, not necessarily Rimuru.
That's acknowledged after the bloody conflict.
But I think the fault,
because Rimuru,
at the end of the day, lies in the 3 douche nozzles from the other world.
No, it's all Soei's fault. He should have saw it.
Oh, don't you dare put this on Soei. Don't you dare put this on my boy Soei.
I knew that was coming. That's the only reason I said it.
I will fight you.
No, it was the other worlders for
sure.
Well, actually, it was
the kingdom of
Clayman. It was Clayman.
Falmouth.
It was actually.
But if Clayman didn't make Muron put up the one barrier that took away most of their strength, then they would have been able to fight back.
I mean, we all know who's actually responsible.
Yeah, it's still... Rimuru is pretty certain of it, but he's still reserving his thoughts. But yeah.
So with Dwargon basically telling Jorah that there is going to be an issue we see it rear its ugly head with 3 Outworlders who
Otherworlders.
show up and or
Yeah, this is Mortal
Otherworlders, yes,
Kombat.
Otherworlders who show up. You right? They show up and their whole job is to stir up problems within Jorah. And they get into a fight with the guys there. And during this fight, as you guys were talking, there's a Majin who is working for, well, not necessarily working for him, basically being absolutely controlled, is powerful enough to put up a barrier within Jorah that, along with the Roman Church, or the Holy Church, they put up a barrier as well during this fight that traps
It
everybody
prevents it limits people's magical abilities. And a country like Tempest that relies heavily on magic is at a severe disadvantage against humans. And those other worlders were also
these humans didn't
those
slow
other
down
worlders
at all.
also had hacks though, like the chick
Yeah.
who could literally make people do whatever she wanted just by telling them.
Yeah. Salmon.
And
Fish Codro.
the other guy who
Benito Flakes.
has thought acceleration
Mm-hmm.
and his spatial attacks, and then the muscle-headed
Berserker.
berserker who's just a douche nozzle.
Yeah,
Yeah, screw that guy.
every single one of those people is a piece of shit, because as soon as this fight is really kicking off and they're really starting to do damage to people, they end up calling out to soldiers of Falmouth who have showed up. And of course, they show up right as soon as the fight's really kicking in, where they're like, hey, we're being attacked. They're starting a declaration of war. You need to come save us, because they knew, Jorah knew, or Falmouth knew that the Holy Church would try to 100% take out any monsters that were hostile. So as soon as it becomes a city of monsters, that whole city, especially then, is now a target. So Falmouth now has secured that they will be able to get the help of the Holy Church, that they will be able to absolutely
What
wipe out
Falmouth
the
failed
city.
to recognize is that they also sealed their own fate.
Mm-hmm.
During the massacre of Tempest, multiple people were murdered. Among those was Shion.
Shion.
Let's talk about the feelings that were felt
Man.
during
Bro.
that scene.
I was still super sad every
The
time
first
after
time
the
watching.
first. Yeah.
When Rimuru goes, "Where's Shion? Oh, I bet she's chasing. I bet she's off chasing them by herself." And just the look on Shuna and Benimaru's face
Mm-hmm.
of, how do we tell him? Like, how do you tell somebody
Nobody was able
that
to
one
tell
of their closest friends is dead, was murdered? And the anger and the fact that he cracked the mask that was designed to suppress magic, that could suppress Shizus, cracked under
Yeah.
the weight of his sorrow.
Yeah, it's a hit you in the feels moment, really. It's when they were going through and they ran across, I always forget what his name is. It's Gobta's friend who was trying to protect
Gobzo.
Shion during the fight. Gobzo, yeah,
But yeah.
when you're Oh yeah, you're right. Because the Gobta asked him to protect Shuna. So he protects Shuna, and he ends up getting killed. They run across him, and then whenever they run across Shion, that was a big moment. And that's where Reamer really starts trying to work with Great Sage and try to come up with a plan to get them all resurrected. But there's no
while
magic
all of this
that's
is
been known
happening,
to.
Rimuru's busy fighting Hinata.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm saying whenever they
And-
come across him, you know.
Honestly, if I were Rimuru, I would be mad at Hinata for preventing me from being able
Oh yeah.
to get to my friends.
Yeah, but once Rimuru come down, he realized that someone set her up too.
Because she was completely unwilling to listen to any form of reason, where the King of Dwargon and Bloomin both acknowledge the fact that is not like her. She is a very level-headed individual who is not easily tricked
Yeah, but
or
the
swayed.
it was a person she trusted that told her that Rimuru killed Shizu, who Shizu was her mentor. So, like, you kind of
Rimuru-
understand.
In his sorrow, was about to consume the ones that died. But conveniently, somebody comes along and goes, hey, there's a fairy tale about bracing the dead. And surprise, surprise,
Which
it's the story of Malim. How Malim became a dragon, or how Malim became a demon lord.
now they don't say it's her, but it's
it's-
absolutely her
yeah.
in the blacked out silhouette.
When you're looking at, there's definitely not blacked out images of who was clearly Malim.
Yeah, it was wearing the
Sitting
same
on
socks.
Yeah.
but we'll say grayed out. Like it still wasn't like
Oh, no, it
in
was very
color,
clearly
like,
her.
absolutely like
Yeah.
no. Absolutely. It was absolutely her 100%.
Like, and just was like, hey, what are the odds? And Great Sage just being like, yeah, it's a 3.14%.
It's as low as pi, huh? No, wait.
The chance
least
is a
there's a
whole
chance.
3%.
You know,
But he does acknowledge that because there is a chance he's
You know
willing
what
to fight
though?
for it.
Falmuth came through. They gave him the souls he needed.
they gave him more than
Yeah,
enough.
they said that
Falmuth decides that they're gonna walk
Dude,
onto
let's-
Tempest
all right,
with
so-
an army of 20,000 soldiers, right? Ugh.
so let's talk about the freaking ability that he uses to kill
I mean,
everybody.
the first one where he kills
That
like
was
he kills,
insane.
like 3,000 or so with water droplets in the sun.
Water. Yes, that's the one I was specifically talking about because I think that ability is like super awesome.
It's like
I was gonna say what he uses later is cooler.
the craziest
but,
thing
like,
in my mind about Megiddo is how humane it is, because it's just instant death.
So for those of you that don't know what Megiddo is, there is a scene in season 2 where after the water droplets kill and the sun kill, like I think it's like what 3,400 or something like that, like a decent amount of people. Great Sage goes, "Hey, Merciless has been analyzed. Would you like to use it?" And Merciless or Megiddo is if your enemy has lost the will to fight, their soul is vacated from their body and they die.
within like a stupid
And so
distance
when
as
those
well.
after those like 4,000 people died, the rest of the soldiers were like, "Oh, we give up. They died instantaneously. We don't want to fight." And
But Rimuru was smart enough to, whenever he went to use the ability, he put up a barrier so that one, no magic could be used in the very beginning of the fight, killed everybody, used that to try to trap their souls in, like what they did at like what's happening at Tempest.
yeah,
That way he can absorb them all.
it's like I am torn from a moral perspective, right? Because those are soldiers following orders, right? And maybe they were lied to.
Right. Here's
Now
my counter.
I already see where this is going. This is going for
Here's
a Nazi
Here's
debate.
my
I'm hearing it
counter
right now.
argument for what you're going for. They were probably all going to die anyway, if not most of them. He was also saving his people from them. And if they had died the normal way, it would have been painful, bloody, and horrifying. The way he killed them was humane and instantaneous.
It was very humane, right? And I
Not
get
that
that.
killing is right, obviously. But
To be fair, they were going to
Correct.
slaughter his people.
just because they were monsters, not because they actually did anything bad.
I mean, those soldiers were probably told that those monsters had attacked people.
Right.
And if you are told that as a human living in that world, you're going to be like, okay, let's go exterminate those monsters that attack humans.
Mm-hmm.
It's not their fault that they were lied to.
Correct.
No.
They had to pay the unfortunate price for the leadership.
Mm-hmm. And yes, I feel bad for them.
Yeah,
Yes,
I mean that aspect
absolutely.
is, yeah, that aspect is bad, but I do agree that this was the
Their
only
deaths
way
are on
that
their leadership.
things. Yeah, for sure. Which, let's talk about how funny it was that they were like talking about the one soldier was like, all right, I'm gonna go get help, and as soon as he got out from underneath the tarp that Rimuru couldn't see him, and just like one of those water droplets goes straight through
It's
him,
not
and he
that
just
Rimuru
collapses,
couldn't
and
see
the king
him.
just starts
It was
to
that he
freak
was
out.
in shade, so the sun couldn't see him.
Oh yeah.
But can we talk about how stupid the king was? Was just like, you are so blessed to be able to stand before me as a monster. This is a rare privilege for you.
Right.
Like, dude,
How dare you be insolent that you didn't refer to me in a high enough title
like dude,
and all that?
he
It's
just
like,
killed
excuse
20,000
me?
soldiers in the blink of an eye. And you want to be arrogant. He's letting you keep your life.
To which he ends up cutting off the king's arm with a water droplet just to keep him in check and have him realize who is actually in control here.
And then Ramen runs
Rimmer
away
is a
and
savage
and
in this
dies.
whole section.
Ramen.
Or sorry, Razin.
I mean,
All right, Shiod.
this whole section is just absolutely savage of Rimuru. He really is destined at this point to fulfill this prophecy of trying to go through this fairy tale's criteria to become a true demon lord and awaken and be able to
Yes,
revive
it's a
all
fairy
these
tale,
people.
but it's straight up just the criterion for someone with the demon lord seed to awaken into a demon lord.
Which Great Sage verifies that he does
Yeah,
have.
because he ate the orc lord.
The fairy tale is being able to bring his friends back to life, which
Correct.
is the whole reason why he wants to ascend anyways. Or
Right.
descend?
Ascend. I mean, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Debatable.
But I see what you're
Debatable.
saying. But the fairy tale
Awaken,
also
we'll say
said
that.
that while it did bring the dragon back to life, it didn't have a soul. But the double barrier around Tempest was holding all the souls in, so that's why he wanted to do it. Because he knew he could get the souls back as long as he can actually revive them. Or
That
he knew he
moment
should be able to.
When Falmuth is actually just responsible for the birth of a new demon lord.
Mm-hmm.
If Falmuth wouldn't have killed
Can we-
Shion and
can we
the
also
others,
talk-
Rimuru would have had no reason to become a demon lord, and he would have just
And
chilled.
he didn't even want to. He did it because he
Yeah,
had
for
to.
sure. Nope.
For show.
Can we talk about the demons
yeah.
that he summons?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. As
So after Rimuru has completed all the criteria, they call it a festival, like Great Sage calls it. The festival has started. Rimuru basically is like, wait, I didn't realize this was going to happen like instantly. So as he's starting to drain and basically shut down, he manages to summon demons, and they all basically just immediately say that they will serve him. And he's like, whatever, we'll work out the details later. Just hunt down
there's
anybody
one
else who's
person that
alive
escaped,
and
it
just
was
kill him.
Ramen, or Razin.
Yeah. Because Great Sage was able to verify that there was one person left alive. And then they were supposed to bring Ranga brought the king and the cardinal as prisoners of war.
Can we talk about the fight between Diablo and Rosin?
Oh,
And
anything Diablo
That-
does is amazing.
I didn't realize Diablo was going to be that. I didn't realize Diablo was going to be that explosive. Honestly, I was like, oh, he's a a demon that got summoned. Obviously, he can't be that powerful because he was able to be summoned. But
did
I guess
you
it really
hear what
goes to
Rosin
show.
called him at the end.
You also found out who he was at the end of season 1.
He called him a primordial.
Right.
Those guys
So
are
he's
They're the top, the
ridiculously strong.
tippity top.
right. Well, for a while there, they call him an
He
arch.
thought he was an archdemon because he was strong, but then he realized, oh,
Right.
you're strong.
Right.
Like an archdemon's probably been around for like a couple thousand years.
Well, so I'll ask you guys then, because I'm pretty sure, using my intuition, that Diablo is actually black. That gets referred to by Guy later.
Well, if you remember, what was Diablo's original name?
Noir.
I was- that I
you
didn't
find
remember.
that out. I'm pretty sure from the last
Season
episode.
1.
Was it the last episode? It was one of the last episodes of season 1 when it was a Shizu like flashback kind of thing.
So I forget though. He said he didn't have a name though. Whenever Rimuru asked
It's
him.
because it's complicated, right?
It is-
So
Are we encroaching on like season 3
no,
stuff?
we're encroaching on light novel stuff.
Okay, so as
Okay.
a
So,
demon,
like,
he
there
has a
is
name, but
actually-
he's not been given a name.
And some demons are strong enough to
That-
give themselves
okay.
names.
Hmm.
However, if you are named by somebody else, the strength
It's more
is
powerful.
Yeah.
And you're also connected to
Gotcha.
them.
I guess that makes sense. Oh yeah, because everybody
Yep.
got a gift whenever Rimuru ascends. Everyone who was
Yep.
connected to him. So that actually is super
Mm-hmm.
beneficial for him whenever he was like,
Well,
okay.
he was made after. He was
So-
named after, so he didn't get a gift, but everybody else did.
Right.
I'm going to be honest, he didn't need one.
No.
So now I'll be excited to learn more about him because his character has been
nuts.
really intriguing me for a while, and I'll be
You-
glad to see more of him. I'm kind of sad you didn't get to see
definitely
more of him in
taste
season
in
two.
season
Futs.
3. You definitely
He
get
is
some
knucking
taste.
futs.
Yeah. But I love how he sold
So
the
af-
other 2 demons out just to become mana for the resurrection.
Yeah, because he didn't have enough magicules to be able to
I
revive
don't think
everybody
he sold them
properly.
out. I
So
He did
they-
it. Yeah.
His entire thing, right? I think he knew that he wasn't going to have enough magic, and that's why he brought those 2 along.
Right. Oh, I see.
Okay,
I
that's
see
fair.
where you're coming. Yep, I gotcha.
He wanted to be proven as useful,
So that-
right?
Mhm.
And so as such, he would bring two servants with him to help because I think the way he talked to Great Sage, or I guess that technically was
Raphael?
Raphael at that
Yeah.
point.
I'll say it was Raphael
the
at this
way that he
point.
talked to Raphael just made it seem like he knew.
Hmm.
So along with Rimuru going through his ascension to becoming a demon lord, a lot more evolves in the process. All of his subordinates who are connected to him that he has named all get a special gift. Along with Rimuru figures out he has 4 of the most powerful
Ultimate
tier
skills.
abilities now. Which that's insane. Like they haven't even really touched on anybody who has that many
Yeah.
period
It
so
seems
far.
like most have like.
I would assume the
it
demon
seems like
lords
most
do.
people have maybe 1 or 2 that have them at all.
One is rare.
Right.
Right.
2
Like-
is like really
Well, I figure-
rare / unheard
I haven't
of.
seen it yet.
Isn't it-
Is-
Isn't Hinata's usurper an ultimate skill?
I think usurper. I think usurper's an ultimate. Let me check.
'Cause that skill's really broken, so I would hope it's ultimate.
So I wanted to bring up the special gift specifically because of
Hers isn't even
Shion's
ultimate,
gift.
but
I don't care.
the best.
Benny Maru's is, I think, arguably one of the best that get
It's a
given.
unique skill.
But Shion's
Oh,
is
it's
the
just
most
unique, okay.
funny.
Usurper is a unique skill. It's not even an ultimate.
Oh wow.
It's pretty powerful for just a unique one.
But yeah, Shion gets cook.
Because she gets Master
No,
Chef.
Yeah, I thought it was
Ability
called
indeed.
Master Chef.
It's called. I thought it was called Cook.
Oh, it might be in the light novel, but I'm pretty sure in the anime it was Master Chef.
So everybody for the entire season 1 made it a joke when Shion showed up that she is absolutely awful at cooking, and which is followed by making it a punishment, which Shion gets very upset by the fact that people don't like her cooking, which is hilarious because she wants to do it so much. And then they end up smelling her food because of Benny Maru's password, which, let's just talk about it, is fantastic.
Hilarious.
Shion's cooking tastes like shit.
Rimuru gets out of it by saying, "Oh, you said you're gonna say Shion's cooking, and I'm supposed to say tastes like shit." So
Sells out Benny Maru's
Yep.
so fast.
The cook skill is, or Master Chef skill though, is so unbelievably broken.
yeah,
Oh,
you don't even find
She
find
can
that out till
literally
season
make-
3, but it is.
it's so unbelievably
the current-
broken.
As of the current moment, all she can really do with it is just combine any ingredient she wants, and it makes an edible dish that's actually like really good.
Yep. Still looks terrible.
But you also find out that she uses her gigantic sword that she, kills freaking, demons and monsters with as her cutting utensil. She's like, yeah, sometimes I knock down walls while cutting vegetables, and they were like, why are you using that?
She did make Clayman sashimi.
Yup.
Yeah. I am so happy though of how powerful that Shion has become throughout this whole thing. She is far and away exceeded what I was hoping for her. That she's not just, a side character that is just going to get beat up and then Rimuru needs to come out. Like, no, Shion's a boss.
Like, can we talk about the fact that Shion went toe to toe with Clayman though, who is a supposed demon lord?
Not awakened, but yeah.
And
But,
liter-
yeah, supposed.
not a true demon lord, right? Not
Right.
an awakened one. In title only.
But he has the seed, which
He
Still,
should
you have to be pretty
powerful.
pretty powerful, yeah. Because the
And
Orc Lord didn't even get it until
made
he became
light
the
work
Orc
of him.
disaster. Yeah.
Light work.
This whole season is all about like scheming and trying to outwit everyone else, because Clayman is working with the clowns to try to do all kinds of different things throughout this whole season. Then on top of it, you have the Holy Roman Empire. Damn it! I want to say the Holy Roman
Western
Empire
Holy
every
Church.
freaking time. The Holy Church. Yeah, the Holy Church is getting into all kinds of stuff with the. There's a demon lord there, so let's just mention that.
A demon lord?
Multiple.
Just wait
There are
till
multiple
season
demon lords
3 and bombshells are going to drop.
Well, technically, you should have already
So-
figured one out just because of the name.
Yeah.
Because the Holy Church prays to the god Luminous. And,
and
her name is
Her
Luminous.
name
yeah.
is
The demon lord in disguise.
yeah. Which she poses as just
Like
a
a maid,
regular
yeah.
like servant
To
girl.
Demon Lord Valentine.
Yeah.
Roy. Poor Roy.
But this is where Clayman really starts to show his backwoods tactics of he actually starts working with another demon lord to get Malim to get brainwashed. That way they can take out another demon lord.
I mean, he wasn't
Like,
really
there's
that
so-
one demon lord. That,
so much
like,
internal
Trey
fighting.
wasn't actually working with Clayman though.
No. She admits that later, but it definitely appears that
I
way in the
think
beginning.
Frey Malim set that up.
And it doesn't even seem like she
Like
wants to.
Frey and
again.
Malim definitely set that up. And it was beautiful. And Clayman's a little bitch and got what was coming to him. Especially when he tried to use mind control at Walpurgis on Rimuru.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you stupid, my guy?
Well, the moment where the high guard, essentially, like the five most powerful people in Clayman's army, are just known as the Five Fingers. The index, or no, the
Middle finger.
What is he? The middle finger, the middle finger who fights one of the Beastketeers.
Fights Albus, who absolutely dominates the middle finger.
That was one of the moments in this. That was one of the moments in the show where I realized how many powerful people that were really siding with Rimuru, and also it almost seems like over exaggerated power of the enemy, because it's like they were like, oh my god, it's going to be such this huge thing that we're fighting the middle finger, and then they get up to fighting him and they're like, nah, I got it.
Can we talk about something real quick though? And that is the fact that Albus, ridiculously strong, right? Fought Yamza. I think that was his name, Yamza.
It was
Absolutely dog walked him. And then Charybdis happens. Charybdis 2.0. And she struggles. And Benimaru's just like, I thought I told you to
They did
retreat.
say...
And then he just fucking
if you couldn't win
the thing. And then he goes, it's a shame. If you weren't in your weakened condition, I would love to play with you.
Uh-huh. Fucking Benimaru.
Right? Well, because Benimaru's new skill that he got is Great Leader, and he has now become a military strategist like no one's business, and he's powerful as hell.
It's my favorite character for a reason.
What's wild to me, Benimaru is so cool. I really wanted him to fight the leader of the Dragon Faithful.
But
I would pay good money to see that fight.
Right, but he put it right. He said, if we're not fighting to kill each other, you're probably going to beat me.
Yeah.
Which
if they were
makes
fighting
sense.
to the death, Benimaru would.
Oh, because Benimaru would one-shot it, probably. He would just use his strongest ability, done. But
anyone under Demon Lord, I think, kind of just gets dog-walked.
Most, probably. I think Hinata could take him.
Yeah, I think that would be a really good fight.
Then again, Hinata is probably Demon Lord-ish level.
I mean, keep in mind, right? Rimuru went toe-to-toe with Hinata. And Rimuru's not a swordsman.
Well, Hinata kind of kicked his ass.
Fair. But he kind of held his own.
Cheaty bullshit to get out of it.
Like, he kind of held his own a little bit with swords. Benimaru, though, is a swordsman,
yes.
I think it would be a lot better of a fight. I don't think it's going to be as one-sided as one might think.
Correct. I still think Hinata at this point would have beat him. I'm a Benimaru Glazer, and I still think she would have beat him.
Dang, that's saying something. I really liked this this giant amount of effort that went into this like whole coup situation, and it all happened at the same time, and it was just a big falter in the fact that, you know, in the end you find out that there is a lot of betrayals going on within it, and then at the very end of it, Carrion is like, hey, by the way, Malim, you actually said you weren't under mind control, right? She's like, yeah, heck yeah. And it's like, why in the hell did you destroy my city of your own free will? It's so like Malim to be like, well, I had to sell it, right? Like, I do give her props for, as Clayman has her under like a supposed mind control, that she is just like letting him beat the fuck out of her whenever he wants. Because I mean, let's be real.
Yeah, it was probably tickles to her. It was more like the shame behind it, you know. Like,
I
I'm
love
getting hit by this guy.
Malim and Valdora fought.
Hadouken!
Kame.
We haven't even touched on that. So after Rimuru completes the festival and becomes a demon lord, he realizes that Great Sage has evolved into Raphael, and Raphael, this more powerful version, has been able to fully learn how to break the seal, and they can release Valdora. They just need a vessel for it. So Rimuru gets a clone made of him that Valdora will be able to inhabit, and he releases Valdora in the same cave that he met him in, and has it take over this body that essentially morphs into what Valdora wants to look like, I would assume.
Blonde surfer.
A Chad.
And I still say, Jay-Z, that it is the voice of Ryder. I'm convinced.
So
I don't care if it's not.
If you might have told me the wrong Ryder, because you said Zero, and it's not the one from Zero.
Yeah. If it sounds so much like him, though.
We're gonna have to watch those soon.
I know, they're so good. But I really do like that voice actor. So Valdora gets released, which ends up becoming a little bit more of a touchy subject than what I expected, really. Of like, oh, cool, like Valdora's like back, like
that's a big
whatever.
problem.
It's like he's, you know, yeah. I didn't realize that it was like, oh, by the way, like there are a few people who are still mad at him.
I don't think they're mad at him. I think they're mad that they didn't. That Rimuru didn't tell them. You know. Like, just a little heads up would have been nice,
right?
Like, it's kind of like
but like
it's
he
kind
explains,
of like if a country were to drop a nuke on a country and not tell the neighboring countries, "Hey, I'm dropping a nuke." You know,
that happens. I didn't know that.
That's kind of like what it would be like.
They made a phone call, like, "Yo, what's up, homie?"
That's what it would be like.
Like, you should probably get out.
Like, it would be just like a little heads up, like, hey, by the way,
okay.
I'm reviving the storm giant. They're the storm dragon, Valdora. Teehee. I'm not a bad slime. Slurp.
I mean, luckily that they are friends, but even the kingdom was overwhelmed that it was Valdora. They had no issue with it. Not really. They just didn't believe it at first.
All in all, I think season 2 is my favorite season of any anime ever.
It's up there.
There's a lot of big fights.
The
There's
only one that comes close is season 3.
You know, a lot of people out there don't agree with you, but I absolutely
There's a lot
do.
of people that think season 3 is the worst season of Slime, and
or of anything, it seems like.
Of anything, yeah, that's fair.
But I don't
would
agree.
disagree
I
with them
loved it
wholeheartedly.
It's so good.
So let me ask you guys. This one was chock full of fights. What was your favorite fight throughout this season? Because I have mine. I'll say that mine is the fight between damn it. She's damn it, that's not her name.
Shuna?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why.
Oh, it's so good.
Shuna
And
index
Adelman.
finger.
Adelman, yeah. That fight was so
Yeah,
good.
that fight, because it really does show you, because everybody was so hesitant to let her go on this
everybody
adventure,
just
and she
wants
said,
to protect her.
I am
Everybody wants to
upset.
protect her, so you
don't
think she's
mention
weak.
Protection.
Yeah, and then you find out, oh, she ain't weak.
Yeah. No, not at all. And it goes back into what they talked about during like the meeting right after everything gets handled with, realizing that everyone's dead and that they start delegating or discussing what's happening next, that everybody admits that we were not prepared and we paid the price. And she realized that she needed to get on the right level to be able to be a part of this, and
Here's
got
what
there.
I think, right? I think Shuna got very I think they got very lucky that the people that they were fighting is undead.
Right.
That's not wrong because she has holy magic.
I think had it been Yamza and Majin, they would have lost. Well, not lost, but it would have been a lot more difficult of a fight.
Right. Well, so Hakuro and Soe would have definitely been better in that other fight than they were in this one.
Yeah, but Shuna would have been fodder.
Right.
I think this situation specifically was designed to let Shuna shine. And I am about it.
Right.
Because Shuna is a powerhouse and people don't give her enough credit. And
she puts up that like purification ring that just wipes out all
like,
the undead
nobody
around.
will interfere in our fight. What was your favorite fight, Jay-Z?
Have you noticed that if somebody asked you what the theme for this season was, I would be like barriers. It's all about barriers.
100%.
Right, yeah, there was a lot of barriers. It was probably...
There were 2 barriers put on Tempest. There was a barrier that Shuna put up. There's a barrier that Guy puts up during the fight. Then Rimuru like copies the technique and puts up another barrier.
For me, I mean, it sounds lame, but the reasons aren't as lame. Just the fight at Walpurgis, and it's not because of Rimuru or anything. It's because A, Shion gets to beat the fuck out of Clayman, and B,
which she punches him in the face.
Right, and then
So
B,
good.
the fight between Veldora and Malim is hilarious.
I
love it.
Amazing.
Right.
Kamehameha waved.
Love it.
As soon as I heard the Hadouken, I was like, wait a minute. Did he just say what I think he said?
Hadouken, Shoryuken. Yeah. He's just...
Because all he's been doing since he got back
he's
is
just a massive nerd.
Hame?
Yeah, I was like, what?
You do find out that he had been invading Rimuru's thoughts and reading manga from his memory. And then he wanted more of it, so Rimuru just started printing it for him. So after he became like a solid being again, he was like, I need more to read. So it is funny to me how much the manga has become like actually like a thing that is circulating throughout this world.
So my favorite fight, it's not really a single fight. It is a chain of fights that kind of happen one right after the other. And it is when they're taking out the magic barrier. Benimaru just wiping out an entire camp by himself is probably one of the coolest power fantasies ever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then Soe cleaning up his one, and Gabiru doing his thing.
Hakuro's fight was also really, really, really good.
The fight with Hakuro and the Gabta and the other worlders. The rematch. Oh,
whenever Hakuro cuts the dude's head off and just like grabs it and he's like, "Hey, I know you're still alive right now.
Rethink your life
so,
choices.
Like, just think about it."
So badass.
Yep. And then at the very end of it, Hakuro shows back up and he's like, "Oh, I figured you would have killed this guy by now," and then tosses his teammate's head to him. And he's like, "Here you go."
Like, by now, your eyes should be catching up. You're already dead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Hakuro is just
Master Swordsman. 100% Master Swordsman.
For an old man,
Because even in the
he's
fight
pretty,
with
he's pretty
the index
spry.
finger.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I will say he's got a frickin' Hiei Jigan too, so, you know. Every time he opens that Jigan eye, I'm like, oh man, Hakuro's coming in hot. His fight with the minions for Adelman during the Index fight. That was actually pretty neat because he realized that even though that they were undead and revived, that they still had all their skills and senses from when they were alive. That was kind of a neat bit of it. And then Adelman turns out that he actually isn't dead, and then goes, "Hey, Lady Shuna, will you introduce me to your god because I need somebody
Lady?
to praise?" And it's like, he's not
She
actually
goes,
a god. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if we actually worship him like a
And
god.
so now
we do respect him though.
now there's going to be an undead army that shows up in Tempest, and they go, "Hey."
And then they're like, "Oh, we still need to
We
go
were told-
to the castle." And she's like, "Oh, right this way, I'll show you." Like, what?
Yep. They have a little tour guide that shows up there. It's like, "Let me show you where all the valuables are." It's like somebody walked in my house and pet one of my cats. They'd be like, "Here, just give me more of those as long as I show you where all the fun stuff is."
They're looking for Carrie in there, but he's actually at Walpurgis in the most obvious disguise ever.
Yeah. Just a lion mask. Which Rimuru ignores Great Sage because Great Sage was going to tell him that it was probably
Season
him.
2 cemented slime into my number one spot though. Yeah.
Hey, Aaron. It's only your imagination. That'll be an inside joke for anybody who's willing to watch season 1 and 2 because it's all in your imagination.
Great Sage is so sassy now. Well, Raphael's so sassy now.
Oh. I love Raphael.
This was a really good season, guys. This was a really good season. I'm very much like, whenever we watched My Hero, I was getting excited every single time a season would end, and then it would start, and I'd be like, God, I don't get it. I really don't. Like, it's taking so long for me to get like really committed to this show. And since we started this one, I have not run across an episode where I have not stopped and been like, do I have time for another one? It really is a good story.
I am really glad that you enjoy this. You enjoyed it. It is one of my favorites.
Yeah. I really think he's
mean,
going to be like us and enjoy season 3 a lot.
I don't see any reason why I wouldn't.
Well, you'll see.
This is one I'll be excited whenever I find out it's back on the docket. I know I was trying to goad you guys into revisiting some Shangri-La,
We'll do
but
that
I'm
soon
really,
enough.
really glad
I do
want to
watch Shangri-La as well.
Yeah.
I think up next we were talking about
Yeah, we've had
potentially
some,
doing solo leveling because we've been getting some requests to do that.
which I'm
Yeah,
down
we've had a couple people
'cause I
ask
love
about
it.
it.
We're trying to decide if we're gonna do season 1 alone or 1 and 2 together, because they are somewhat short. I mean, a lot happens, but they are still kind of short. But you'll
I
find
think
out.
there's a lot that happens in season 2.
Well,
Yeah, in my
So
mind, though,
if we
there's not a
combine
lot
the
that
two, we
happens
would
in
have
season
to
1.
kind of gloss over season 1, which doesn't feel right in my eyes. But we'll let you guys know when or I guess you guys will have to wait and find out what we decide on. But I think we will be doing solo leveling next.
yeah. After we wrap this guy up for season 2 and be sad that season 3 isn't happening immediately. I guess I do have an ending question for you guys of if you like the name that was bestowed upon the new Demon Lord Council.
Octagram. I think there could be a better name, but it's still a decent one. Because it's like pentagram, but there's 8 of them.
Yeah, I think it's pretty sick. I'm gonna be honest. I give Rimuru a lot of shit for his naming, but
This is one of the better ones. It is one of the better ones.
This is one of his better ones. Ranga is fantastic.
Ranga is fantastic.
Tempest is fantastic.
Well, Well, that was a wonderful bit that I didn't realize how much it was going to bleed into the rest of the show. I did not realize its significance.
It is. I think Rimuru is good at naming inanimate things. I think some of the people that he's named, not. I think some of the goblins' names are
The
a little less
goblins' names are
creative.
lazy. Yeah, there was so many though, and it was beginning.
But I think his naming of like Octogram was spot on. Big fan. But I'm also
That's
one of
fair.
the biggest Rimuru Glazers out there, so take everything I say about him with a grain of salt.
This is facts. About Ajax.
I would definitely
anyway.
say this one ranks. I would definitely say this one ranks up there for me. I'm really, really stoked by all the little things that they hide in there, all the little tidbits, and I mean, now that they've actually introduced all the demon lords, I'm actually really excited
Me
to learn about
too.
all of them.
I am a
as well.
firm believer.
Is it weird that I'm excited to learn about Leon probably
Yeah.
the most?
No, I mean
No,
not
it's
weird.
not weird.
Not
I'm-
weird because I'm with you.
Yeah.
Actually, Dino for me is number one, but then
Yeah.
Leon.
Dino is yeah. I'm excited about that one.
Thanks for the spoilers, Ajax.
Dino.
The
My business.
accidental spoilers.
Dino
but-
being as lazy as he is. Dino being as lazy as he is to the point where the table disappeared
Just-
that he was sleeping
yeah.
on, so he just curled up on the floor and continued to sleep. Like, and he obviously had to earn the respect from the other demon lords
Right.
to be there, you know. So yeah, that's a solid point. Dino is one that's of intrigue. I just want to learn about Leon because he's so mysterious. Just like, you know, in my mind, tell me if I'm wrong, but he looks like he actually
He
looks
does
like
look like a
vampire.
vampire, but he's
Like I would.
not. He's
Yeah, he's not. I don't know. His nonchalant, like, I don't really care what you
Right.
think. I'm just in it for, like, you know, with his attitude and just like his attire and everything else. He just like screams to me like, oh yeah, like I'm
Right.
actually like a vampire, but he's not. There are vampire
Roy.
demon lords.
All right,
Nah.
Jim, I want to ask you a question real quick. Would you say that this is an anime that you would normally watch?
I would say if I read the title, I would say no. If you told me what it was about, I would say yes.
That's fair.
that is a big problem
So
these days,
I
honestly.
I would say this is.
I think
Yeah.
also though people have the wrong opinion of isekais. Not all isekais are created equal. I think this isekai specifically is an anime that has a lot for everybody, or has something for everybody. I think it has slice of life aspects. It has world building, the adventure. It has the fighting. I think a lot of people. I would highly recommend this to people.
I agree with that. And this for you is ranked very high up on your list, just in its totality. So for you, this is definitely one up there. I don't know where exactly I put this one. It's getting pretty up there for me as the show goes on. So I would say it could definitely fight for a
It's
top.
yeah,
10
for me
spot
it's
easily.
minimum 10, possibly 5.
So this one's pretty up there. I like this one a lot.
This is top 3. It's a tough fight for top 3, among the top 3 for the top spot, but it's definitely top 3 for me.
I feel like it's definitely deserved though. I mean, it's really good, and this was a really good suggestion. As you said before, for our next show, we will be doing solo leveling instead of our regularly scheduled program. Our regularly scheduled program will continue after those messages. Do you guys have any leaving words on this one, guys?
I wish I remembered exactly what he says before he does Megiddo, because it was so badass. Because I would say that because it was really badass.
Okay, so insert voice line here. Okay, got it. I'm gonna leave this show today with just remember that it's all in your imagination.
Love you. Bye.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for stopping in. If you did, we really appreciate the support and the downloads. If there is anything you guys want to hear, leave a comment or message us directly, and we will try and get done for you. Thank you so much, and
show.
we'll see you on the next one.
Laters.
Deuces.